Solomon warned us, "Never trust a woman who does this." King Solomon, renowned for his wisdom, wealth, and influence, left behind a treasure trove of insights in the biblical books of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. As a man who had first-hand experience with relationships, having had 700 wives and 300 concubines, Solomon knew both the blessings and dangers that come with women. He offered invaluable advice about trust, loyalty, and deception, warning men to be cautious of certain behaviors in women. While the modern world may differ from ancient times, Solomon's wisdom remains relevant, particularly when it comes to relationships. One of his strongest warnings to men is this: never trust a woman who is deceitful, manipulative, or morally wayward. But what exactly does this mean in today's context, and how can men apply his wisdom to modern relationships? Let's delve into Solomon's teachings and understand why certain behaviors should serve as red flags. 1. The woman who uses flattery to deceive. Proverbs 5:3-4 states, "For the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil, but in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword." Solomon warns against women who use flattery to manipulate. A woman who constantly tells you what you want to hear, rather than what you need to hear, might not have your best interests at heart. In modern times, this could be the woman who showers you with excessive compliments or affection to gain something from you, whether it's financial security, status, or personal advantage. True love is based on honesty and sincerity, not manipulation disguised as sweet words. 2. The woman who lacks faithfulness. Proverbs 7:10-12 describes a woman who is restless, unfaithful, and constantly seeking the attention of other men. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, wily of heart. She is loud and wayward. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the street, now in the market, and at every corner, she lies in wait. A woman who cannot remain faithful, whether physically or emotionally, is a dangerous presence in any relationship. Solomon speaks of a woman who seeks attention from multiple sources, never content with what she has got in today's world. This could translate to someone who constantly craves validation from social media, engages in emotional affairs, or frequently crosses boundaries with other men. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Without it, there is no true partnership. 3. The woman who lacks wisdom and self-control. Proverbs 14:1 states, "The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands." A woman who lacks wisdom and self-control can bring destruction to her home and relationships. Solomon warns against those who act impulsively, make reckless decisions, and are driven by emotions rather than reason. In the modern context, this could mean a woman who constantly engages in drama, makes poor financial choices, or lacks the ability to manage conflict maturely. A wise woman contributes to the growth of a relationship, while a foolish one leads it to ruin. 4. The woman who seeks to control and dominate. Proverbs 21:9 gives a stark warning. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. Solomon advises men to avoid a woman who is contentious, controlling, or constantly argumentative. A relationship should be built on mutual respect and cooperation, not power struggles and dominance. In modern relationships, this could be the woman who refuses to compromise, belittles her partner, or uses emotional manipulation to get her way. A healthy relationship should feel like a partnership, not a battlefield. 5. The woman who lures men into sin. Ecclesiastes 7:26 states, "I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God escapes her, but the sinner is taken by her." Solomon warns of women who lead men away from righteousness and into sin. This could be a woman who tempts a man into immoral behavior, whether through dishonesty, infidelity, or destructive habits. Today, this could be the woman who pressures a man into unethical actions, encourages addictive behaviors, or dismisses. Spiritual values. A godly woman uplifts and strengthens her partner, rather than leading him astray. Applying Solomon's wisdom today. While Solomon's words were written thousands of years ago, their wisdom still applies today. Here's how men can use these principles in modern relationships. Observe character, not just beauty. Solomon himself fell into the trap of prioritizing physical beauty over character, leading to disastrous consequences. A woman's true nature is revealed through her actions, not just her appearance. Seek a woman who fears God. Proverbs 31:30 says, "Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." A woman who values faith and integrity will build a strong, lasting relationship. Set boundaries early. If you notice warning signs of manipulation, deceit, or lack of faithfulness, address them early or walk away. Solomon learned the hard way that ignoring red flags leads to heartache. Be a man of wisdom. Just as Solomon advises men to be wary of untrustworthy women, he also encourages men to be wise and discerning. A foolish man is easily ensnared, but a wise man builds his life on firm foundations. Final thought. Solomon's wisdom isn't about distrusting all women, but rather about discerning character. There are many virtuous, faithful, and godly women who embody Proverbs 31:'s description of a noble wife. However, men must be vigilant and avoid relationships that lead to destruction rather than growth. In the end, the key is wisdom. Solomon's warnings are not just about relationships, but about life itself. Choosing wisely in all areas leads to peace and prosperity, while ignoring wisdom brings hardship and regret. Let his words be a guiding light in your journey toward building a meaningful and lasting relationship.